Hello, it's Tian, and thank you for joining me as we explore Venus in the partner's 12th house and the energy and symbolism of this synastry aspect. Synastry in and of itself is governing over two individuals' unique charts being overlaid and highlighting the themes in which play out throughout their relationship. So for example, if one partner is a Taurus rising and the other partner is an Aries Venus, therefore Venus would be overlaying into the first partner's 12th house, and this would pertain to you. So Venus in the 12th house in synastry is a fascinating, complex and deeply emotional bond. It is not a relationship that technically follows conventional paths, and it isn't that impulsive feeling that we ignites obsession and sexual chemistry and attraction straight away. It is a prolonged growing of this energy of knowing that there is something to be found within the other person. It can therefore instigate a sense of confusion for both individuals. However, the Venusian person very much knows that there is something that the 12th house person is embodying, and vice versa. The 12th house person knows that this Venusian person is there to unlock the gifts hidden within their very depths of their soul. So it's not an 8th house overlay whereby we're tapping into the unconscious and subconscious in the sexual realm or psychological realm. However, it is more of that real, true, deep treasures hidden at the depths of the base of the darkest parts of the ocean. People with this synastry aspect feel it in unexpected ways, and there is strong cycles of closeness and also pulling away. So there is this interaction that occurs within the first moments of this relationship that does not ignite a true bond. However, there is a strong past life connection that is unveiled throughout the duration of the relationship in and of itself. There is key stages of this relationship that highlight a sense of turmoil and destruction within the sense of self, especially of that 12th house person, as that Venusian person probes the 12th house person to open up these different vaults that they are not aware of within themselves. Now, when Venus, the planet of love and the planet of attraction, the planet that rules over both Taurus and Libra, the feminine goddess signs that highlight equilibrium, balance, beauty, sensuality, and all things that are divinely feminine, falls into the 12th house of the hidden, the subconscious, what is not known to the individual in and of themselves. This is a very platonic and friendly connection at the beginning. It does envelope into this mysterious tie and bond that they do have, and that is due to the past life connection that they embody. As they spend time together, something shifts within each of their souls, and Venus person does begin to see the 12th house person as someone that they do love and someone they do find harmonic and attractive and sensual, and embodies all of these different parts that the Venusian person is seeking. It's as if there's this magnetic pull that is alluring them deep to the depths of the ocean that I was referring to before, and it is a special and romantic connection that these two individuals have. Yes, there is a very strong depth, and it is not a philosophical plutonic as such connection within synastry. It is, however, a very bonding, harmonic connection that does dive into those realms of the hidden and the unknown. There is a very strong connection with unconditional love within this relationship, and that is the fact that they both harmonize and beautify one another, and they hereby are invoking this very etheric connection within each other. So there is a very strong chance that they actually dream of one another at night even if they are in separate relationships as well. This is a synastry aspect that does actually create extramarital relationships, whether they be on the intimate side or just the the friendship relational side. But there is this bond that these individuals do have that continues their need to connect with one another. And this is due to their past life connection just as much as it is due to the connection that they do and they're karmically supposed to have within this lifetime as well. So this connection may result in infidelity, yes, and there is a very strong chance that that may happen. However, there is a very strong possibility that the individuals are able to maintain their friendship and their status quo by way of linking each other and interacting with one another on that platonic level, whilst also being aware of the plutonic pull that they do have to the depths of one another's oceans. When there is intimacy within this relationship, it is so beautiful. There is such a profound spiritual connection with this synastry. Whereas with the 8th house synastry, this is more of this tantric connection with kundalini and those activations occurring. This is very much transcending time-space reality just in and of itself because of that very strong etheric nature. It is a very strong sensual connection because Venus is actually very, very fond of the 12th house. Venus is happy in the sign of Pisces, and the 12th house is the governing body of the Piscean energy. So this is highlighting this mystical nature that these two individuals do have together. So this intimacy does, of course, like I said, transcend time and space. And also when they are interacting with one another on a day-to-day basis, there is an ethereal connection that occurs, and it's as if they can speak to each other and also telepathically connect with each other when they're away from one another. But when they are together, it's like no time has passed when they are interacting with one another, and that is due to this very strong etheric otherworldly connection that they do innately have. So when they don't actually necessarily need to express their emotions for one another. There is this, like I said, this telepathic pull between each individual, and they are fully aware of their connection and their emotional undercurrents within the relationship. And the emotional undercurrents in the relationship tend to be very harmonic. However, of course, if there is extramarital relationships occurring, if there is infidelity occurring, or if there is something that is karmically incorrect occurring because of the fact that it is in this hidden world, there is a lot of transpiring of secrets and all that is hidden. So while this allows the individuals to unearth their own innate secret passions and secrets and tap into that very much unknowing sense of space within their reality, especially for the 12th house person, this does have this karmic undercurrent of not being able to evolve in this lifetime due to the secrecy within the relationship in and of itself. And this is inherently addressing the need for open communication, transparency, connecting with one another's emotional undercurrents with empathy and also with compassion, and being able to address any issues as they arise when they arise, because of the fact that still waters do run deep, especially in the 12th house of Pisces. There is so much emotional field activated when Venus falls into the partner's 12th house, and the 12th house person has a very strong pull and allure towards the Venusian person, and the Venusian person also has this deep embedded connection of the fact that they know that they're here to connect with that 12th house person. They know that they are here to help them evolve and love them in the ways that they want to be loved, that they're not actually aware of wanting to be loved. There is a very strong aspect of sharing within this relationship. However, the Venusian person may actually excessively share with the 12th house person, and the 12th house person may just absorb everything, and that inherently restricts reciprocity within the relationship, and this can lead to turmoil within the partnership in and of itself, whether that be on a friendship level or also a relational level as well. However, in all, the Venusian person allows the clamshell of the 12th house to open up and to uncover their own depths. And therefore, the 12th house person innately knows within their soul that there is something alluring and so fascinating about the Venusian person. And it magnetizes the 12th house person to the Venusian person. And there is this attachment by a accord almost that these two individuals have because of this overlay, this synastry overlay. And it's really important for the Venusian person to allow the 12th house person to open up, but it is mostly important and vital that the 12th house person does open up and delve into their relationship, their feelings within their relationship, their emotions, and being able to explore what is actually within that clamshell or that treasure box at the bottom of the ocean, and inherently open up to who they actually are. And this therefore allows that Venusian person to connect with them and carry them up to the surface and celebrate them for who they are. So the Venusian person inherently is actually there to offer so much to the 12th house person, but you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink, and that's very, very true with this placement. So you really need 12th house person to allow that opening and that surrendering and that empathetic connection that you so innately do have with the Venusian person. By showing your vulnerability and opening up your inner world, you're able to communicate your emotional triggers and then therefore inherently catalyze them. And otherwise, if this doesn't occur, there is this sense of emotional distance that does occur between the individuals, and that therefore highlights this push and pull energy. They want to be together and they want to connect with each other and they want to share in each other's worlds, but the Venusian person cannot go any further than they've already gone without that 12th house person opening up and transpiring and surrendering to the relationship and the beautiful undercurrents of this relationship inherently. So this is when it comes to the 12th house, it's all about our past life, and it's not karmic by way of 8th house karma. It is karmic by way of transpiring a positive bond. So when karmic with a 8th house connection, it's very much a trauma bonded response, whereas when there is a 12th house connection, is that higher etheric plane, and that, especially when Venus is involved as well, it's that love nature within the higher etheric plane. So it's a very positive karmic bond, and there is this feeling of destiny and longing and the need to surrender to the ebbs and flows of this relationship, because there will be ebbs and flows, especially when those extramarital relationships and those secrets and the hidden is very much involved in this aspect. It is about healing and growing and catalyzing the opportunity to fully understand why you're supposed to be together or why you're supposed to be friends, and allowing that and surrendering to it, as opposed to like what would happen with a 12th house person if they're not elevated in their sense of consciousness, is that they would feel someone tapping at the depths of their being, and it would be like, you know, when the clamshell kind of like just completely retracts and just clenches itself up. That's what's happening. That was what could happen in this relationship. So the role of time and patience plays a very vital position in this synastry aspect, because the longer that the clamshell, being the 12th house person, is avoiding confronting their emotions and their feelings and the innate pull and allure of that 12th house person, the harder it is to break free from any cycle of conflict, and the harder it is to break free of their own inner wounds and their own inner unknowing. So if you really are, you know, interested in connecting with your spirituality or your spiritual consciousness, I urge you to open up to this 12th house person, this Venusian person that is coming into your 12th house, to help you elevate your sense of self and your sense of awareness of what is secret within you, what is hidden within you, what secrets are being hidden from you as well, because that can also happen in this relationship. Venus has a very strong aspect to play in this relationship, and they could be the one keeping the secrets from you as well. So just be aware of this, and be aware of the chance of betrayal. I read years and years ago, as I first started my astrology journey, that when Venus does fall into a partner's 12th house, there is a very strong chance that this love bond will catalyze and break up another relationship, but it also may create the same structure that follows. So that's basically saying that, you know, if there's two partners together, and then the Venus person comes along into the 8th house person's chart, the 12th house person's chart, they will come together and create another relationship. There is a strong chance, though, however, that because this is occurring, the 12th house person in and of themselves may not actually be accepted in the life of the Venusian person. They may just be considered the side chick or the side dude, because of the fact that this Venusian person has obviously come out of one relationship and into another, or broken up a relationship, or whatever the circumstance may be. So just be mindful of that, because this 12th house person is very vulnerable in this aspect, and this highlights the need to open up, but also be mindful of how you open up and when you open up, and it's essential for the Venus person to enable this and to create a safe space for the 12th house person to open up within the relationship. Inherently, this relationship is very fated. There is a strong past life tie, and transparency and communication is a must within this relationship because of how fragile it is. So explore that and allow both partners to keep each other in the loop at all times. And you know, as a dear friend once told me, truth begets truth. So just always be able to be open and honest and communicate, and ensure that vulnerability is met with compassion and empathy at all times throughout this relationship, because this relationship is so beautiful and so harmonic and truly transformative for both individuals. And it is such a beautiful friendship if you allow it to be, just as much as it's such a dreamy, intimate relationship as well. So I do hope you get to explore the best of one another within this relationship, and you just be mindful of the secrets and the hidden truths and the lies and the deceit and the betrayal that could happen in this relationship, and you're able to explore life fully together. My name's Tian, I am an astrologer, and if you do want a synastry reading, please do reach out. Thank you and bless you, and all the best on your relationship journey.